So welcome everyone, and that's our Bedford Brass Quintet and the quarter note singers. So I'd like to thank them very much for coming here for this occasion. Okay, before we go back to the quarter note singers, this is a very special occasion. This is the 5th annual Dingle Natal Day party, but as you know, it's the 100th anniversary of the opening of this memorial tower from Sir Sanford Fleming. And before we start with some more music, I want to thank the Government of Canada. The federal government understood the significance of this tower and granted it National Historic Site status a couple of years ago, and as a result of that, we were able to get funding, and Minister Prentice came to Halifax and announced it. So part of the over $2 million in restoration was compliments of the Government of Canada, so thanks to them. And I'll turn it over to the quarter note singers. I'd like to start off with some introductions. We've got some dignitaries here from 1912, very well preserved. I'd like to ask Sir Sanford Fleming, Duke of Connaught, to come forward. Sorry, the Duke of Connaught. And the Duke of Connaught and his wife, Princess Patricia. Thank you. The Mayor of Halifax, Frederick Bly, and his sister, Margaret Bly. Thank you. We've got our Member of Parliament, Megan Leslie. I'm not sure where she is. She's here. And our MLA, Michelle Raymond. And Councillor Stephen Adams. And we've got the Mainland South Heritage Society, and there's many members here today. I think a very special thank you to them. If it weren't for the Mainland South Heritage Society, we wouldn't have this really special celebration, and they're very integral to our community. If I could ask them to maybe come up so we can acknowledge you. Dr. Brian Cuthbertson, a historian and researcher that did the research for the dedication of the tower. Ken Bell from the Arundel Yacht Club. I know he's here, he must be jealous. We've got Sidney Demerick, is he present? Here's Ken. Dr. Philip Demerick is on the stage, his son Sidney, and grandfather was responsible for the tower. We've got Charlotte Keane, granddaughter of Andrew Cobb, one of the original architects for the tower. And in front we have Lou Dursey, patient man with Halifax Regional Municipality to give away. He's a project manager. And down on the stairs, Kevin Rideout, he's the superintendent, integral to the restoration. We've got Mary Angela Monroe, who was very stressed this morning when I talked to her about the party, so she's probably running around doing something, but she's integral for this day. Wayne J. I know Wayne. He's a HRM community coordinator, and Mike Gillette is running around the park organizing the events. We've got Rich Knowles, foreman for the restoration project, an architect. We've got Kelly McIver, the conservator. When you go in, you'll be really pleased with Kelly's work on the plaques and the lions and making sure that the integrity of the plaques was restored. And we've got Bryce Morash and Sean Power of Coastal Restoration. Okay. And they are responsible for the bulk of the restoration of this tower. So at this time, I'd ask the Bedford Brass Quintet, Alexander's Ragtime Band, to play us another song. Thank you. I'm sorry, there was one other person that's here, Agnes McLean from the Northwest Arm Heritage Association. I know I saw her this morning on the stairs. They do a lot of heritage work and everything. I'd ask Dr. Brian Cuthbertson and Leslie Harnish from the Mainland South Heritage Association to make a presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see so many people out, and would like to see a bit more sun, but that's the way it is. As I said, I had something to do with the research for this tower, and I'd just like to make a few remarks. People can remember that things were not as well as they are today. A critical year for the tower was 2003, when it was decided by HRM that they would seek recognition as a National Historic Site for the Dead Man's Island and Star Manufactory and the Memorial Tower, which of course Councillor Mosher greatly supported. However, there was an interrelated event that was taking place at the same time, and that is water was pouring in. And there are a whole series of plaques in here. Those who've been in to see, these plaques originated, members of the British Empire at the time, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa sent plaques, universities sent plaques, cities sent plaques, and this was whole desire that the memorial tower would be just that, a memorial tower. And they went to great effort to get those plaques. And when that water started to come in the first decade, it was very serious. And some of the plaques were going to disappear. Councillor Mosher was able to get her fellow councillors to agree that something had to be done. And I think the first amount who got out of them was $185,000, was it not? Yes, I think it was $185,000. And that really saved the tower and saved all the plaques. And there's one plaque in particular, because the research was carried out by Kelly here, McIver, and that is the bronze reproduction of a painting by Sir Ernest Board of Cabot's departure from Bristol in 1497 to sail across the Atlantic. Now that was brought to our attention at that time as a very important piece of artwork. And I think that galvanized the support that we keep having to get to do and maintain this structure. The next item is the lions. Now I'd like to introduce the president of Mainland Heritage Society, which has been unremitting in their efforts to support for the tower. Leslie Harnish.
Thank you, everyone. On behalf of the Mainland Folk Heritage Society and the Friends of Sir Sanford Fleming Park, we'd like to present Linda Mosher, Councillor Linda Mosher, with this token of our appreciation for all her hard work in helping preserve the tower. Because without the tower and without this history being preserved, we would be losing a great thing from our community. Thank you.
Well, that wasn't on my agenda. Yeah, I'm humbled and honored, and thank you very much. As somebody who lived in this area and grew up sitting on the lions and running up to the tower, and to see the water infiltration and the deterioration of the tower was really sad. So, we didn't get here today just because of council. We got here today because of other government supports, community groups, and I see Judith Tulloch from Friends of Sir Sanford Fleming Park. I want to acknowledge her as well. It was an accomplishment by many. And I just wanted to say that the final tally is well over $2 million that we spent on the tower. And Lou Dursey, I'm going to try to summarize what you told me in an hour, in about 2 seconds, but this time we did ground radar testing. And it's very invasive testing to look at the structural integrity of the tower. The actual wall of the tower split into almost 2 walls. So the tower, how long it would stay there and the integrity was really at question. So the complete exterior has been repointed. The interior, there's pins, they're 18 to 24 inches long, like a long metal pin or stainless steel that's in throughout the tower to ensure that it's one wall system. The observation deck is new, the roof is new, the stairs have been refurbished. The plaques, some of them were sent to Toronto. Kelly McIver here did some local restoration, the lions. And the only thing that's not intact today is the windows. They're steel frames, and they've been ordered from Great Britain. Because now that it's a National Historic Site, we want to ensure it's as it is. So when you go up there today, well, I was there a month or so ago, and I pretty much freaked out. It did not look like it was going to be ready. But I am now officially announcing that the tower is open and your tower is back, and I hope you enjoy it. Before we go in, we're going to have a finale by the Bedford Brass Quintet, God Save the Queen. And thank you.